So the question was, how do we stay in the trade once we get in, when we tend to sell it too early, don't know whether we stay in the trade or just lock in profit, should we scale out and let it ride? These are the 5 things that I do personally on every trade, every day. So want to share with you. So if you learn how to do this, and I'm going to go over this key points one by one. Once you know that, you just gotta do it in your head pretty quickly. Doesn't need to have, it's already become a formula. You just know it, riding the bike. And you learn how to ride a bike, it just becomes your second nature. But first, you need to know what the heck is that you need to do first, right? So now these are the 5 things that I do, and it's been pretty effective. And so if you could, and then something that I share with you is always, that you can copy and duplicate it. Not a fancy stuff. Doesn't need the science, the rocket science license to know these. So first, take a look at this. One of our members have the question on, particularly on the stock that you Unity. Okay, so let's take a look at this stock. Let's see, put in a time frame. Okay. So this is yesterday. Okay, right in this area right here. Okay. Yesterday, but it's also doing the same thing today. All right, so what we need to know with the number 1, you can see that overall trend on the daily, up or down. So the question would be, what trend is this stock on? Is it on the uptrend? Is it on a downtrend? So it should be pretty easy for us to identify that, right? So when you look at the stock on the dailies, all we need to do is just draw the trend line. Pretty easy, connect it up. So everybody in this room, more than a month, you should be able to do that already. Bob and I are doing this every day, showing you. So the answer to the question is, we assuming this is the long trade, and you do the same if you're taking a short. Okay. So for the benefit of the talk today, we talk about long trade. Okay. So the overall trend is up or down. So in the long trade, we look for an uptrend on the daily. So the Unity stock is currently in the uptrend. So it's an uptrend. So that's the question check here. So right now we have uptrend. So let's take a look at the example of Unity as example. Okay. So it's in uptrend. Okay. So right now it's in uptrend. Second question would be intraday support and resistance. This is the key things that you need to identify. And I don't expect you to know it, but if you have questions on any stock, just please let Bob and I know. You know that we are so super happy to give you these numbers. Not a problem at all. It's just usually in the morning we tend to be pretty busy, but and you might miss your question. But you need to identify the range. All right, that's very important. All right, the intraday, because we do day trading. Right, so we need to know what the intraday support and resistance are at. So for example, yesterday, right? Right here, this is the yesterday trade. So I think so it went down to this level, 95. It's a little quick deep there. All right, so the market open. This is where the market opened at. about 36 something, right? So maybe I'll give you a better chart on this. So unity. So let's take a look at this one. That was yesterday, right? So we see the market open at right about 36.60, right? So right there. Draw the line. Yeah, so that's when the market opened, right in that spot. Okay, that's where it was when it's open. So you see the stock coming back down, come down, and come back up. So usually I don't take a trade on this right here because I don't know when it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back or not. But if you did take a trade, for example, a member took a trade out here, which is a great deep buy, as you need to come back, I would wait for the red to green move, right? So wait for the red to green move, and this happened, red to green move. You take the trade, if you took the trades in this area right here, right? So now we need to identify the support and resistance. So it looks like right after it put the double bottoms right there, so we know this is where the support levels is at. Okay. Now we're looking at the pre-market resistance. Put this thing away. Okay. So what do? We look into the left to find out where the intraday support is existing at. Like I said, I don't expect you to know this, but I just want to show you real quick. And you probably just want to ask us quickly, and I can tell you right away. But for the benefit of, for the people who want to know, I just want to show you right there. So we're looking at some here, the pre-market resistance in this area right there. Okay, so we identify that spot as a market resistance. Okay, so we're gonna draw that line right there, right? So pre-market resistance. So this is the red to green move. This is the pre-market resistance. This is the support below when it double bottom. Okay, so let's say you took a trade somewhere down here, but for most people, you might not able to catch the trade right here unless you're a really good sniper, like some of us here are. But let's say you take a day trade like this on the red to green move, and so we see these resistance is right up here. Okay, so when it come up to like this, and then you took a trade right here, so we identify the intraday supports and resistance. So this spot is the red to green move, and it resistant. Now if it breaks through that, it turns into support. So this line gonna become support now, and this the pre-market resistance, that would be our next resistance. Okay, so we have the opening price and the pre-market high resistance. That would be our resistance. So let's say we took a trade right here and we identify this is our support now. This is the support on the bottom. This is now turned into support. This is going to be our resistance. So we trade into this spot, right? So either we scale out here or we lack in profit. But let's talk about that. Talk about it later. Let's answer the questions at number 3. Is there a trend reversal, a trend continuation? Okay, so when the stock come back and go deep down in the morning, come back up, do a red to green move, that is the trend reversal. Okay, so that is the trend reversal. Okay, so trend reversal would be red to green move. Okay, red to green. Okay, revert head and shoulder. Okay. All right. So start descending triangle break. Okay, descending triangle break. Some of those break to the upside. Okay. So some of those that be indicating the trend reversal. So in this case of Unity is the red and green move. Okay, red to green move. And now once it got the trend reversal, now we're looking for trend continuations. Okay. So we're looking for a trend continuation. What I did a couple of videos on this. The trend continuation, we'll be looking for what the bull flag, a pennant, ascending triangle, inside candle, harmonic candles with the confirmation of the next green candle making new high, etc. Some of those are patterns. You get to learn. We had a video about that, so make sure you go check on that. Okay, I did extensive talk about the continuation pattern and how to spot some of those patterns, which I just mentioned there. Okay, bull flag, ascending triangle, cups and handle. All right, so in this case, so we go to this area here, the pre-market resistance got knocked down. So at this point, in the normal trade, assuming we don't know, we don't see this yet, okay? As soon as we get to this area, maybe I'll just zoom in like this, okay? And then I'll just do this, okay? So you see the dozy style right there, indication of indecision, right? So that give us indication of this is the resistance. So we better either we lock in our profit or we scale out. If we scale out, we can analyze what continuation patterns this can have, so that we can scale out. So at that point, what I'm looking for is both for possible bull flag. Okay. I spell pen. Okay. Ascending triangle. Cup and handle. All right. So I'm going to identify some of the continuation patterns so that I can stay in the trade. And also I would analyze the risk. If this continuation pattern give me the next level up, how much more can it go and how much risk I would have if it doesn't go, okay? So analyze quickly in your head, risk and reward ratio at that point. If it's worth it, I'll wait for that. If it's not, then I'll just lock in profit and call it a day, okay? If it's worth it, I'll scale out and move my stop loss up and wait for that continuation pattern. So, okay. So at this point, how much more I'm gonna risk to the downside and how much possible I'm gonna get to the upside. So, you know, looking at the left, so possible to the upside maybe 38.50, right? So that's without knowing what's gonna happen next, right? So looking for the next level up, so right around this area, okay? So is it worth it to stay in the trade? It might, if it come down to maybe about $37.25 or 37 bucks, and then risk it, you know, make another 75 cents going from here. So I would risk about 50 cents or 75 cents for making another 75 cents. Yeah, I mean, a 1-to-1 ratio. It's up to you. Okay, that's probably going to become personal decision. 1-to-1 ratio is good for somebody. As far as you scalping, the rest of us are lacking 50% of my profit at this point, or 75% of profit at this point. I only have 25% left. Then yeah, it's worth it. 1-to-1 ratio. I'll make another 75 cents to the top, and you know, if not, then I'll get back 75 cents to the low end. Okay. So I'll move my stop loss up below that level. Okay, so so I'll analyze the little risk. If it doesn't go, no, I'll stop below that. Okay, so let's say I'm scaling now my risk reward ratio at this point is 1-to-1. Okay, better to have more than 1-to-1 then it's better. You know, the more the merrier. But if one-to-one ratio is good for someone, one-to-one ratio in this case, in this example, unity. Okay, so risk below 37, reward possible go to next level up to 38.50. Okay, so one-to-one. So my decision is to scale out if I'm okay with one-to-one, or I'm lacking profit. Okay, at 37.75, then hold, I don't know, whatever, 1/4 of my holding. Okay, for another 75-cent move, or risk 75 cents. Okay. All right. So at this point, it's a personal decision. Okay. All right. So what can happen next? So we did all that. So the key important thing is that you know how to do all this. Once you know how to do it, it's become pretty, you know, just second nature. It's, you do a few times, you'll know. Okay. So first, we identify the trends, overall trend of the day. Okay. And intraday support and resistance, we identify this level. Okay. And then the question is that a trend reversal, a trend continuation that it's happening right now. So in this case, we have the trend reversal. Okay, red to green move. Okay, and that's the trend reversal. Some of these examples, I have reverse head and shoulder, descending triangle break. Right, and then once we decide that we know that, now the next question is what continuation patterns happen that I see that will help me to make decision to stay in the trade, or should I lock in profit and done with the trade. So what I'm looking for would be a bull flag, a pennant, a ascending triangle, cups and handles, inside candle, you know, etc. Right. And then at that point, I'm also doing it for number 4 and number 5 simultaneously at the same time. I'm assessing the risk as I'm waiting for the continuation pattern to form. I'm analyzing the risk at that key level. Okay, should I lock in profit now? What my risk? I have 1-to-1, or 1.5-to-1, or 2-to-1. If it doesn't go, you know, how much risk I want to take. So that also will help me to make a decision how much I will scale out and how much I want to hold. Okay, that's all personal decision, right? But we need to know how to do this stuff, 1 to 5. Okay, so as the stack move forward, right, time go on. Okay, so going down, see that? So the bull flag probably fell in there, looks like, right? All right, so, went too fast. All right, so we hit the 37.25. I'll stop. It's at 37. Okay, so if you do that, then you haven't stopped out yet, right? So now it's time to go back up. Now we got bull flag with the short trap. Came down a little bit, short trap, still above. The white light here is the VWAP. Just for you, those who want to know. This white light is the VWAP. The blue light is the 200 SMA, 50 SMA. Okay, so 50 SMA look like it's holding the 50 SMA here nicely right at the spot and bounce right back. Okay, so if we put a stop at 37, we should be still in the trade. You know, let's say you scale out 75% of your holding, you still get 25% to go. Now you make some more money on it. So there you go. See, now looking at 38.50, that's where the next scale out or locking your profit right there. Okay, anything above this will be a bonus. All right, so I think it went a little bit higher. Okay, went to 39 something, right? And come back down. So let's say you continue to see this and you're still in the trade. So you scale out 1.8, you're holding, you still have 1.8, right? And then they come back down, your stop should be right there. And we move up because the longer the graph to the upside, the more extended it's going to be. It get away from the 2 standard deviation, and also away from the VWAP. All right, when I come back now, you don't move your stop loss up here, but you move your stop loss up here to protect your profit. Okay, unless you want to stay in longer in the trade, or looking for a deep buy. But I usually lock in my profit at this point and scale and stop out the rest, and then come back now. I'll take another trade. Okay, I don't hold 1.4, 1.8, just and watching every tick. Okay, I rather just wait for to take another trade. It lessens your mental exhaustion. It's keep your gray area in good shape. Okay, so here came back now. Keep your gray matter. So your gray matter in good shape by not dealing with the tick by tick. Okay, so you come back now. That's the top would be right there to be stopped now. Okay, the rest of it. So you come back down. Right. And the rest is history, right? So, what am I doing? What did I do? What did I do? What did I click on? All right. Okay. So there you go. All right, so to recap that, first we identify the overall trend of the stock. Okay. Is it an uptrend or in the downtrend? As in this particular example, Unity, letter U, is an uptrend on the daily. Then we identify the intraday support and resistance. Okay. And I don't expect that everybody know how to do this. If you need help, please say, Tyler, I'm trading Unity. I'm trading roadblock. Can you give me some support and resistance level? I'll be more than happy to give you that. Okay. And then we ask ourselves a question: do we have a reversal patterns or trend reversal or trend continuation patterns? In this particular one, we see it's got a reversal trend here from the red to green move. Okay, so is a red to green move, is a reverse head and shoulders, a descending triangle break to the upside. So ask yourself those questions. Something that you might have some questions, you're not sure, just let us know. I say, Bob, what do you see here? There's a reversal patterns here. And then once you get into the trade, and to decide we want to stay in the trade, we can want to get to our resistance with either slack and profit or we scale out. If we scale out, we can ask the questions on number 4 and number 5. What continuation pattern should I looking at? So we don't know yet. At that point, we can ask for, okay, I'm looking for a bull flag, maybe a pennant, ascending triangles, a cup and handles, an inside handles, some of those, whatever happened, we see it, and then we'll continue to take a trade. What is my risk and reward ratio at that point? Okay, then I'm going to draw the line. I'm going to put in stop loss mentally. I don't ever, rarely, if I step away, yes, then I set a OCO order, which I did a couple times, and they took my stop and they went reverse. Okay, so I would not do a hard stop. I put my note here. I'm still old school. You got the notebook. I used sticky notes here, and with a pencil and write down the numbers. Okay, this is where my stop. This is where this is where my stop, and this is where I'm gonna lack in profit or scale out again. Okay, this is my stop. This is where I'm lack in profit or scale out again. All right. So risk and reward ratio, max analysis at that point pretty quickly based on the resistance and support. Okay. then I stay in the trade. All right, here we go. We can make some money, get some more money out of it. All right. Once you have these numbers, you guys, folks, ladies and gentlemen, it helps us to not be fearful because we have these numbers and we already have the expectation of, okay, if it doesn't go, I'm gonna get out. All right. I know this level now. If it doesn't go, I'm gonna get out. I know this level. Okay. Now, when you have that written down or in your mind, then the fear kind of go away because the fear of unknown, most people, we don't know this stuff. We don't know and we're unsure, we are doubt, we are doubt about self, we doubt of the stock, whatever the doubt is, and then it's kind of clicking on my start one after the other. But once you have these things now, okay, then the fear kind of go away. You just take care of self, okay? So let's take a look at roadblock this morning. Okay. So roadblock this morning. Take a look at it. So what the alert say? The roadblocks 42.15. I didn't get in until like 42.50, 25. Yeah, 42.25 when I get in. At right here, say 42.15, right? It's my 42.15. Whatever. All right. So 42.15 is our break. All right. So what I'm looking for is, guys, is that you can see it's in the uptrend here in the pre-market. Okay, so it's in the uptrend in the pre-market. So what I'm looking for is an ascending triangle break. Okay, so what I'm looking for is an ascending triangle break on this pre-market. If it doesn't go, if it go below the 42, okay, then it's gonna go it's more likely gonna go back down to this area here at $40. But I say when the market open, look for 42 to hold and get in the trade to 42.15. Now an expectation of breaking this ascending triangle. I didn't get in until like 42.25, 42.28, somewhere right here in the spot. So we're like 15 cents behind. But write it up here, right? Run it up here. Then we call on the level. So we identify we need to break to this 42.70, right? The reason I have a 42.70 is that because of an ascending triangle break. If you look at it right there, 42.70, then 43.50. So let's identify the next level up. Okay, for us, yep, right there, 43.50. Okay. After this talk, it should be very clear to you. And then what's my level, next level up 44.70? How do I know as I look into the past? Okay, I don't expect you to know this stuff, but that's what we're here for. Okay. All right, close enough. Okay. So these are the levels that we identified. We wanted the ascending triangle break, continuation to the upside. All right, at the next level, resistance, scale now this level. Now we're looking for any possible patterns. Like again, any possible patterns here. Now this is not the trend reversal, but the trend continuation. Okay, so in this case, it's the trend continuation. There's no red to green move here. Okay, so we have the trend continuations. So if the trend continuation, then we go to the number 4. what we're looking for here. We're looking for both leg, pennant, ascending triangle, cups and handle, inside candle, etc. Okay, so we jump to number 4 right away because we don't have the reversal trend here. Okay, and we already identified the intraday support and resistance. These are the lines right there, the red line right there. All right, so our support is going to be 42. Right, and below that is bears come down to 40. Right, so when we take a trade, and then this, you see the dip right here, just in case you don't know what your stop would be. If it doesn't go here, guys, in the right at the pre-market low, like 41.80. 41.80 would be my stop if this thing doesn't go. See right here, this candle right there. So I want to keep my stop loss tight at the beginning of the day. If it doesn't go, then the more likely going to go down to 40s, and I don't want it to hold to 40. So this candle right there, on the low, that is 41.85. So I want to put a stop below 41.80. Okay, if it doesn't go, that will be my stop. Yeah, roadblocks was in the uptrend. You can see then it's going a downtrend here, right? So roadblocks, it was in the uptrend and it started to have the downtrend here. Okay. But now after this pop, we're back into the trend again. This trend line right there. So after this pop overnight, the gap and go, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Now we have a gap and go or gap and fail. Okay. So now we're back in this uptrend again after this pop. But let's say it happened right somewhere down here, that this is in a downtrend. Then I'll be more careful on this thing. But now we have the gap and go. So catching the momentum and some other factor too. I saw the big short amount and earning today, you know, there's new short and gap and go style. And I just write it. Okay. So to answer your question, was in downtrend, but after the gap up, now we're back in the uptrend again. Okay. Same thing. Let's say this again. Let's say that it was here, right? And then we have a gap down. We was in the uptrend right here, but we have a gap down. Now we're in a downtrend. See, the same to answer to, in the reverse side of it. Okay, if we're in the uptrend right there, and then we have a gap down. If we have a gap down, then that's become a downtrend. Okay, so that in reverse of that, answer that. Okay, so that's why we want these to follow these steps here. Okay, so that's why we can have a systematic way of trading. It's not, you know, just taking the trades and hope and wish and all that stuff, you know, wishing and crossing your fingers and all that thing. If you do that, you know, you can stop by Las Vegas and try to rush and roll out. Okay, here we have system. We have the knowledge to learn things that we do. Okay. I don't come up with these stuff, you know, I just learn from the experience and from, you know, and learn from the people who came before me. I don't reinvent the wheel here at all, okay? So there's nothing new to people. It's just that you don't know how to put things to piece together. That's why I'm going to try to help you to put pieces together, all right? So that's what we did here, folks. That's why I continue state and the trades and roadblocks this morning. So I identified this level. I didn't get it into this area right there, right around 25, 30 cents. And for the pop to go, scale out here a little bit at 70 cents as we identified. It did stop right there, come back down, pop up and come back down, held that area. See that? Our levels are, if you're looking at our alert there, you're looking back in our alert there. And as I talked this morning, I went and I did exactly what I alerted. 42.70 and 43.50. We scale out again. Next level up, 44.70. It went up a tiny bit, came back down. So now this is, we got a bull flag right here, right? Got a bull flag right here, pop. This it went straight up. It didn't have any pullback at all. Just boom, boom, boom until this area. Then we got a bull flag, and then we got go, make another pop, and then we look like we would put in a triple tops right there, come back down, right? So finally, I get out of. I want a $44, bounce back, trade a little bit there, but not the whole lot. So I get out of the trade again on the second trade for a few pennies profit there. Okay, so any questions on that or anything to add into that? Tracy, the white here is the VWAP, and the blue line is 50 SMA. This is the 50 SMA. See the VWAP here. I got a 50 SMA here. What color is this? Yeah, it's blue. That's the 50 SMA. Okay, and the white light is the VWAP. Hope that helps, folks. Have a great day. Enjoy your green day today.